What is up, Jamily? This is JamiroFan 2000 here, but yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About, my discussionary series looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and their over 28 years of music making. And this is a new series looking at the DJs that have remixed Jamiroquai, an album-by-album series. This is episode 3. I talked about Return of the Space Cowboy in the last episode of all the DJs that remixed their singles back between 1994 and 1995. This episode will be looking at Jamiroquai's groundbreaking, mainstream-breaking album, Traveling Without Moving, from 1996 to 1997. Now, Traveling Without Moving did have 5 single releases, a good amount of promos, but I'm mostly counting the remixes that were on official single releases. But this cap off the DJs that have remixed Jamiroquai for the Traveling Without Moving album from between 1996 and 1997. We start off with the lead single, which would end up garnering an Iva Novello Award, a Grammy, and a plethora of MTV Video Music Awards in the year of 1997. And of course, I'm talking about Virtual Insanity. Virtual Insanity had 2 prominent remixes as of its single release back in 1996. There was an Unreality remix that was done by Al Stone and JK himself. Not be the first time that JK would be doing remixes of his own album and band material. And of course, there was a remix of the Peace of Mind remix that was done by Salaam, Remi. And then we come up to the next single, which would be Cosmic Girl. And there were a good amount of great new remixes for this single done by David Morales, who has a history with Jamiroquai doing remixes in the past, most notably the remixes of Space Cowboy from the Return of the Space Cowboy era. Then in 2006, among other singles from Jamiroquai's past that were reissued in 2006, there was a reissue of the Cosmic Girl remixes that were done by Tom Belton and David Morales that was released as part of that series of 2006 Jamiroquai reissues. Then we come on to the third single, the very danceable single For All Right, which featured a lot of remixes, one of the most remixed songs in the Jamiroquai single discography. But the All Right single would feature remixes, T in the House remixes by Todd Terry, D and C remixes that were done by 2/3 of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the American funk rock band of Dave Navarro, Chad Smith, and David Sheehan. And of course, All Right would see a reissue in 2006, much like Cosmic Girl, featuring brand new remixes by DJs Fred Falk and Alan Braxey, along with Todd Terry, or T's in the House. The fourth single, of course, from Traveling Without Moving was the intoxicating track High Times, which featured a great complement of remixes that were done by DJ Roger Sanchez. And the great thing about Traveling Without Moving is it would feature the second only collaboration between Jamiroquai and another major artist. There was an amazing tail end track on Traveling Without Moving, as everybody knows, by Jamiroquai, and a collaboration with the UK DJ producer M-Beat of the song Do You Know Where You're Coming From. Well, M-Beat would produce a good complement of remixes for Do You Know Where You're Coming From, and would release them as a standalone single, and would see a bunch of reissues on his own record label, otherwise known as Rank Records, over the last 5 to 10 years. All information for these singles can be found down below in the description down below. I'm going to put information with links on Discogs to all the before-mentioned singles from the Traveling Without Moving era for your own convenience. And I'll be putting up a few videos from YouTube of choice remixes from this specific album era for Jamiroquai. Look, in the next episode of JamiroFan Talks About, I will be looking at the single remixes and the DJs that remixed singles from Jamiroquai's 4th album, Synchronized. So keep your eyes out for that coming on here on the channel as always. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you again really soon with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. Bye-bye, everybody.